Compared to last year, my grades have actually increased. The EBR system has really helped me. It's good to just be able to show your work to your teachers and get the feedback. It really helps you grow as a student.
Compared to last year, I feel like my grades have improved. Not a whole lot, but they have improved some using the EBR.
My grades have gone up a lot from EBR. Like at the beginning, I was kind of nervous just because of how the grading system worked, but as the years gone on and I've learned more, it's more accurately described how my performance is in this class and how proficient I am in the things that I'm doing.
A lot, actually. I've never been good at school my whole life. I was always below average, C student. I guess C is average, but that's beside the point. I never really was very good at school, but actually here was the first time I got honor roll, was because of the EBR.
I'm not as scared to learn. In traditional teaching, I would be scared to learn because I was just scared that I was gonna fail and then that I'd get a bad grade and then I wouldn't succeed. But now, with this EBR, I don't feel as scared. I just can go for it and not have to worry about my grades being negatively affected.
Compared to last year in traditional teaching, I've learned a lot better, I think, because I have more hands-on experience here than I would at my home school.
Compared to traditional grading or teaching, there's once you learn something, you just move on and you keep learning new things. With this, once you learn something, you have to apply it to everything that you learn in your next assignments. Everything you do is incorporated into everything you're gonna do.
The teaching has changed a lot because of the feedback. You can, when you turn something in, your teacher looks at it directly and then can just be there to tell you what you can improve on and what you did really well. And so just knowing where you are all the time, that really helps out.
I get definitely more feedback and I get more of a one-on-one experience with my teachers. So I get to know exactly what I need to improve on or what I'm doing right.
What I really like about the new process is that you just get feedback is the biggest thing.
So with EBR, we have these time cards that we have to fill out every day. And then once you flip it over, you fill it out for the whole week. You reflect on your whole week.
EBR has really just helped a lot. Like in a recent project, we were doing a lighting project in our film class, and the entire class just messed up horribly, and none of us were punished for that in our grades. We were able to redo it and learn it better, learn from the mistakes that we made and grow, and we weren't punished for that.
Evidence-based reporting, I like it because it's about what you know, not just retaining the information. It's applying what you know to your everyday life and your work that you need to do, and not just memorizing something and writing it down.
What I specifically like about this teaching process is that there's a more established connection between the students and the teachers, because not only are you getting a grade on where you're at currently on that project, and it's not just a letter grade either, it's a rating of, okay, how well are you able to do this, but you also are able to get feedback on what's working and what's not working, and you're able to communicate more with your teachers about what they liked and what they didn't like, and see their suggestions more around what they think would work better than just the standard letter grade.
Probably the biggest thing that I was worried about was just hitting the mark every time, but now I realize you don't need to hit the mark every time. You just need to keep growing, and that's what they're tracking.
I wasn't really sure when I first started using EBR what it was all about, or how the grading worked, but now that I've used it for a while, I'm more comfortable with it and I like it more than normal grading.
What I found that was difficult was just the constant feedback. I wasn't really prepared for that, and found out it actually helps a lot, but that was what I found was difficult right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it was like, well, new grading system. I'm not really good at the one I do now, so it's like, oh boy. But it ended up being way better than expected.
At first, when you're first learning something, you get worried, but you can always make up for it after the fact, you know, once you start learning it more. And so you always get nervous at first, but you're not really punished for it at first because eventually you learn for it. So it's not that big of a difficulty.
I have a better relationship with my teachers that teach using EBR because, like I said, it's more one-on-one than traditional teaching.
I think EBR brings student and teacher closer together for sure. Like I really struggled with all my other teachers. I never really got close. They always just saw me as another, you know, A or B or C or whatever I was, and then I'd go on to the next grade. But with this, every day I fill out the EBR thing, and I fill it out with what I'm doing that day, and then on the back every Friday we fill out how we're doing and what we need to improve on and what we're doing well, and so the teachers always know what's going on with the kids, and it's a lot of one-on-one, and it really helps.
With this system and this structure, I feel I get more feedback from my teachers, and especially being in a writing program, it's good to be able to get that much feedback from your teachers and determine whether or not you're doing what they think you should be doing, or whether or not you are following the right structure. And it works having that connection with the teachers because you establish a more personal level, and to me it kind of revolves around like a work situation almost with my instructors, to where I feel like by establishing this connection with them, it helps me be able to establish connections in a workplace later on with people that are higher up. So like if I worked for a newspaper, I'd be able to establish that good connection with my editor and be able to approach them and receive their same feedback that I received from my teachers here.
The program I'm in and EBR just like seem to go together like perfectly. Like if I was doing normal like teaching, I would just follow the steps and just do the basics. But with EBR, I really want to like reach my full potential and go above and beyond.